I had the skills. I had the experience. I had prepared for weeks. But the moment they said, "Welcome, Alex. Have a seat," my hands started shaking. My voice disappeared, and every word I had practiced just left. This is Fluent Speak Lab. Real stories, real English, real confidence. Subscribe and let's grow together. Alex had wanted this job for 2 years. Not this specific company. Not this specific role. But this level. This kind of work. This moment of walking into a room and being considered. Seriously considered for something that mattered. The company was a mid-sized tech firm in Austin. Product marketing team. The job description read like it had been written for him. He applied on a Tuesday. They called on Thursday. Phone screening went well. Then a second round, video call with the team lead. That went well too. And then the email. Final round interview. In person. Panel of 3. Alex read that email 4 times. Panel of 3. 3 people. In one room. All looking at him. All deciding. He had 2 weeks to prepare. He used every single day. Mock interviews with his roommate. Voice recordings. Lists of questions and practiced answers. Research on the company, their products, their competitors, their recent news. By the night before, he was ready. He told himself that as he ironed his shirt. He told himself that as he set 3 alarms. He told himself that as he lay in the dark at midnight, still awake. You are ready. You know this. You have prepared. Morning came. Alex showered, dressed, ate half a piece of toast because his stomach wouldn't allow more. He took the train. Found the building. Checked in at reception. A young woman led him to a conference room. 3 people were already seated. A man in his 40s, the hiring manager. A woman around 35, the team lead he had spoken to on the video call. A younger man, probably from HR. They all smiled. Alex, welcome. Have a seat. Alex sat down. And that was the moment. Not a question. Not a difficult moment. Just sitting down. His heart rate doubled. His hands, resting on the table, felt suddenly very visible. His throat tightened. The hiring manager opened his folder and looked up. So, Alex, tell us a little about yourself and why you're interested in this role. The most common interview question in existence. The one Alex had answered 40 times in practice. He opened his mouth. And what came out was thin, quiet, slightly shaky. Not the answer. Just the first few words. Stumbling over each other like they were trying to get through a door at the same time. He could hear it happening. And hearing it made it worse. Here is what nobody tells you about nerve freeze in an English interview. It is not about your English level. Alex's English was strong. He had proven that across 2 previous rounds. Nerve freeze is about something else entirely. When your brain perceives high stakes, a panel of 3, a job you really want, a language that isn't your first, it activates a stress response. Adrenaline. Elevated heart rate. Tunnel vision. This response was designed to help humans run from danger. It is spectacularly unhelpful when you need to calmly articulate your 5-year career plan. The stress response does 3 specific things that destroy interviews. It narrows your thinking. Suddenly, you can only access the most surface-level thoughts. The deeper, richer answers you prepared go temporarily offline. It speeds up your speech. Words come out faster, tumbling, losing their shape. And it makes you hyper-aware of yourself. Every pause feels like an eternity. Every stumble feels catastrophic. Alex was experiencing all 3 simultaneously. He got through the first answer. Barely. The second question came. Tell us about a time you managed a difficult project under pressure. Alex started his answer. Halfway through, he lost the thread completely. He stopped. 3 people watching. And then, something happened that Alex did not plan. He said, out loud, calmly, almost to himself, "I'm going to take a breath and start that again." He breathed. One slow breath. Then he restarted. Slower, clearer, better. When he finished, the hiring manager nodded. The team lead said, "That was a great example." After the interview, Alex sat on a bench outside the building. He was not sure how it had gone overall, but he kept thinking about that moment. "I'm going to take a breath and start that again." He had not planned to say that. It had just come out. And it had worked. Because here is what that sentence communicated to the panel, without Alex realizing it in the moment. Self-awareness, composure, honesty, not weakness, strength. 3 days later, the hiring manager called. "Alex, would like to offer you the position." Alex stood in his kitchen, phone pressed to his ear. He said, "I'm going to take a breath." The hiring manager laughed. "Take all the time you need. Here are the exact tools that will carry you through any nerve-filled English interview. Technique 1, the reset phrase. When your answer falls apart midway, do not push through the wreckage. Stop. Use one of these. Let me start that over. Actually, let me come at that differently. I'm going to take a breath and give you a better answer. These phrases signal confidence and self-awareness, not failure. Every interviewer respects a candidate who catches themselves and corrects course. Technique 2, buying time without going silent. Silence under pressure feels like collapse. These phrases replace silence with composure. That's a great question. Let me think about that for a moment. I want to give you a real answer, so bear with me. There are a few ways I could approach this. Let me pick the most relevant one. 3 to 5 seconds of actual thinking time, wrapped in professionalism. Technique 3, answering when your mind goes blank. Total blank. Nothing. Here is your emergency phrase. What immediately comes to mind is. Say that, and then say whatever comes, even if it is imperfect. The phrase itself unlocks something. Other options. The first thing I'd want to address is, my instinct on this is. Starting is everything. Once you start, the rest follows. Technique 4, the physical reset. Before you answer any question, pause for 1 full second. Not because you don't know, because you are choosing to be deliberate. 1 second of stillness reads as confidence. Pair it with 1 slow breath, not visible, not dramatic. Just 1 breath. Heart rate drops slightly. Voice steadies. It works. Every time. Technique 5, closing with ownership. End every answer with a sentence that looks forward. And that experience is exactly why I'm excited about this role. Which is what drew me to this opportunity in the first place. That's the kind of challenge I'm looking to take on here. You are not just answering questions. You are connecting every answer back to why you belong in that room. Alex uses all 5 of these now. Not just in interviews. In presentations. In difficult conversations. In any moment where the stakes are high and his voice wants to shake. He says he still gets nervous. Every time. But now, his nerves walk into the room with him. They do not walk in ahead of him. And that difference, that small, trainable difference, is everything. Nerves are not the enemy. They show up because you care. Because this matters. The goal is never to eliminate them. It's to have the right phrases ready so that when nerves arrive, your words are already waiting. Your challenge this week, pick 1 question from today and practice it out loud. Record yourself. Use the reset phrase. Use the breathing technique. Do it until it feels like yours. Share this with someone who has an interview coming up. It might be exactly what they need. Subscribe to Fluent Speak Lab, because next week another real story is waiting. Your nerves mean you're ready. Now speak anyway. I'll see you in the next one.